Check, check, check. Okay, guys, we're back to yet another black swan. And as you can see, we have Bitcoin minus 10% today and minus 20% on the weekly. We have ETH minus 20% today, minus 30% on the weekly. We have Solana minus 10% today, minus 30% on the weekly. I mean, this looks more and more like a black swan because also we have craziness happening in macro. Macro is going to zero currently. Stock market is collapsing left and right. In Korea, they have stopped the stock market because the dumpage was so big. They just closed the whole thing down. They opened it today and then they just closed it down because the dampage is massive. We'll be speaking about what's causing this because this is coming from Japan. Also, you understand that this current scenario is very much like 2020. When I look back, this really reminds me about 2020. And as you know, Bitcoin is in a 4-year cycle. We're in 2024 right now. Remove 4 years, and we're basically repeating the situation from this COVID dump. But we have to also understand that when that happened, you look here. In 2020, you go back, what happened afterwards was up only. That's why, I mean, personally, I'm not too worried because we had this dump here, then boop, and we were at massive highs during the same year even, you see, during the same year. So all of this is temporary, but of course, you open up the Twitter, you just see this. What the fuck just happened? Everyone liquidating, jump, trading, exiting, everything is breaking, but that's why we're here. We're here to set the record straight. And actually, this week, guys, I'm traveling. I'm gonna leave it to the airport very soon. I was not even planning to do a video. I was planning to do tomorrow, but listen, the market is calling. What can I say? The market is calling. Welcome everyone who is watching live. That's why we pre-record today. This is not live, but smash up the like, subscribe to the channel, check out the Bybit link below. As always, if you think we're gonna go to zero, just put a big fat short. You can make money on crypto pumps or dumps. As you know, using Bybit, you support the channel, you get your first dollars to get your positions in because you get a very big sign-up bonus if you use the link below. And listen, I mean, the current situation, it is what it is. You know, waking up, seeing ETH minus 20%. Again, it's very much like 2020. This is the COVID dump vibes, exactly like Sasal is saying. And it's bullish. I mean, believe it or not, we're so maybe brain damaged or something in crypto. At the end of the day, we know that after COVID, what happened? A massive pump across all assets. So at the end of the day, this is even bullish because you remove all of this worst case scenarios. Like when the worst case scenario has already happened, you remove it from the menu. You remove it from the realm of possibilities. Now, like Benjamin Common says, we have not seen this in a while in crypto. Exactly. I mean, we have not seen this basically since the COVID dump, and that was worse. It's not even as bad right now. But let me explain to you where this is coming from, because it's important to understand. So, as you know, Japan is going to zero. Like the whole currency, the whole economy is all going to zero, just like the dollar also, but dollar is a bit delayed. So Japan, it's really wrecked. It's massively wrecked. And to save their currency, they're now increasing the interest rates, okay? They do it not because they want to do it. They really cannot afford to increase interest rate, but it's just that the general public is so wrecked, it's high inflation, so they have to protect the currency. They increase the interest rate. Now, for the longest time, Japan has had very low interest rates. In comparison to other markets like the US, Japan has had extremely low interest rates. So there is this so-called carry trade that has been going on. And if you are online, you are on Twitter, you probably have read that, you know, the Japan carry trade is coming to an end. Let me explain to you why that is and what it is. First of all, what is it? Well, when you have Japanese yen and you have low interest rates in the Japanese yen, you can borrow it at low interest rate, and then you can buy US Treasury or US assets or tech stocks, anything else that will give you some kind of return, because you borrow from a currency which has zero interest rate or low interest rate, and then you buy assets that give you more yield, or you buy treasuries that give you more yield in other currencies. So this has been going on for years and years and years. The US has had high interest rates last few years, and even before that. So we have this massive carry trade, so to speak, which bets on the fact that the US and other markets will have higher interest rate than the Japanese yen. So obviously now it's all changing because Japan cannot continue like this. They start increasing rates. They are trying to save their currency. They will not be able to, but they're trying. So this carry trade is coming to an end where everyone who's borrowed Japanese yen now has to return Japanese yen because now they're going up in price. And when people are returning the Japanese yen, they have to buy them back. Because if I borrow them and then I go and buy something else like tech stocks or treasuries in the US, now I have to buy back the Japanese yen. And when I buy it back, I push the price even higher. So the next guy sees, holy crap, now Japanese yen is increasing even faster. He has to buy back. He pushes the price up. And then you have this like liquidation cascade. Everyone who has been doing this carry trade are now fully wrecked. They have to buy back the yen. They push the yen higher, which means that everyone now has to buy back the yen. And so when they buy it back, what do? They sell other assets, tech stocks, other stocks, like Korean stock market is wrecked. They have to sell. I mean, basically, whatever asset they have to sell it to pay back the yen loan. Now, this guy Jonathan, he explains it in the thread. You can read it also. But this is the gist of it. And we are now seeing this unraveling of the Japanese yen. So there is a double whammy for yen borrowers. Your loan outstanding is higher because Japanese yen increases in value itself as everyone is trying to buy it back. And also interest rate is higher because central bank increased the interest rate, which kind of started this rush back into the yen and everyone is buying it back. So the result caused some traders to sell their assets and repurchase yen in order to pay back their loan. But that buy pressure against the yen sends it up further, exactly what we just said. It's funny, in crypto we see this reflexive dynamics play out over and over again. This is basically how Terra got unbound. Well, also because it wasn't really, like, theoretically it was flawed also. I'm not sure you can compare it to Terra. But I mean, you get the point. They thought that Japan would have zero interest rate forever. Apparently not. Now, Japan accounts for approximately 10% of the global cryptocurrency trading volume. Today, Japanese stock market is tanking. Today, vicious price action in Bitcoin and alts. Everyone is wrecked. Congrats. We're back to. I mean, we're back to McDonald's, guys. What can I say? We're currently heading to McDonald's. And this is also interesting. Like some people are. This was never about AI. The fact that all of the AI stocks have been pumping like hell during high interest rate environment. It's an interesting thought that Nvidia was the M-effing poster child of the carry trade. I mean, it is interesting because a lot of tech stocks have been doing quite well during the even high interest rates. So the question is why? Is it because you could get cheap money from Japan and invest? Maybe not, but all of this is coming down quite quickly. Now, markets in turmoil. James saying Bitcoin down, jump trading, hedge fund, they dumped all their ETH kind of in a panic. I mean, they really dumped it on a weekend also with low liquidity. Probably they're facing some kind of liquidation or some kind of issue. Maybe they were also involved in this Japan thing, or they're also investigated by the US authorities for their involvement in Luna. Could also be that they need to shut down everything. Japan down nearly 4%, China down 3.5%, futures weak AF. Tomorrow's looking like a real bloodbath. So yeah, when the US market is open, it's gonna be crazy, guys. And yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. You have Iran, Israel, you have the UK situation, which is getting crazy. By the way, this UK thing wouldn't surprise me if it happens in other countries, like in Sweden and other, because like it's the same, like it's the same issue, the same like social dynamic. It's very similar. So you have all of this Japan stuff we just said, but also this a bit of a tension in the UK, so to say the least. Next, you have World War III looming, market crashing, UK, US election. Buckle up, guys, buckle up. Now, the thing is, likely it is short term, but who knows? Let's see. Middle East potential war, jump dumping everything. Stock market wiped out the whole crypto market value in one session. Exactly. I mean, it's dumping like hell in the Asia. Mount Gox repayment, Trump going 70+%. Exactly. Another thing is that Trump is losing the likelihood to win to Kamala. US economy numbers wrecked, civil war starting in UK, well, in quotation mark, exactly, in quotation mark. Yen carry trade dumping hard, exactly. So all in all, as you can see, there's a lot of blood on the streets. And what do we do when there is a lot of blood on the streets? We keep it simple, we keep it calm, we plan for the future, we make the bets. And look here, this means that something is breaking. Like what we're seeing right now is something is breaking. And the Fed will have to step in. Yeah, it's inevitable. They will have to step in because they're now too slow to decrease interest rate. And like Marcy is saying, will Yellen call an emergency meeting tomorrow and print 10 trillion to stop the US stock market crash? We all saw it coming, but we were lied to. Jerome lied, Yanis lied. If you trust anyone in the government today, you're blind. And then you have the update, Japanese market, yeah, worse than history, Korean. So yeah, I mean, they will likely start printing. That's why the similarity to 2020 is very, very exact. It's very stark because what happened after this COVID panic? Because this happened due to COVID panic. It was kind of a black swan back then. So what's likely to happen? Money printing. That's why the best, I mean, not over exaggerating, but the best time to buy in the last cycle, it was this day. It was this day because, yeah, I mean, it was here. It was this day, okay? And then we boop, went up. So that's the situation, and we do get a repetition of that, at least very close. And Sasal is saying, if jump trading is actually fully exiting the crypto ecosystem, then this is one of the most bullish things to happen in a long time. They've been a complete parasite to crypto for years, and the industry will be much better without them. I mean, probably they've been in Luna and all of that. Listen, guys, I have to go. So we have a short one today, but I feel we have communicated all of the zeitgeist. You now know what is happening. We're getting wrecked, but it's also an opportunity. The Japan thing, you know, everything, you know. Yeah, you know everything. You smash up the like, you subscribe, and we will be back during the week. But I'm away for like until Friday. I'm away until Friday, and also like the Friday also. So let's see what's gonna happen. We're gonna be a bit ad hoc recording. We're gonna be at an offsite with our team, but I will keep you guys updated. See you all very, very soon. Subscribe, and goodbye, guys. Goodbye.